Eddie, how you doing? You okay?
I'm good, yeah.
You rattled, yeah?
No, not really. But I think he's good, Eubank. I mean, I find him... I think you were one of the best rattlers in the world, like in British boxing. I find him a little bit cringe, but he's good. Like when someone's interrupting you all the time, it's very difficult to like...
Yeah, that wouldn't have been my style, but I appreciated what you did today.
Yeah, no, I think that after a while you kind of get hold of him, and like he waffles a lot, and he also says a lot of untruths. Like the contract for this fight is not with Matchroom.
Yep.
It's with Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
I've got no input into his contract at all. That's a standard clause that they put in every contract.
Yep.
So that was the first thing. He said it's not about the money, then went off and waffled on about some unbelievable deal he's got, and he's got so much money, and etc. etc. I just don't believe him. You know, like, do you? I mean, you fought this guy many years ago.
Yep.
Do you believe that he has an appetite and a desire for the sport?
No, but surely he can't lose to Conor Benn. Like that would
in
be.
In what respect? Like, as in personally?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He won't be able to live with himself if he loses to Conor Benn.
Who do you think would be more devastated in defeat? Like, who would you say wants it more?
Who wants it? Well, I mean, yeah, Conor Benn shows that passion, but he's just that passionate guy, whereas Eubank's a cold guy. But there's a lot at stake here for Eubank because he won't let you speak. So he doesn't just want to win this fight, or maybe he doesn't want to win this fight. He doesn't just want to get paid. He wants to keep you quiet, Eddie, as well, doesn't he?
That's never going to happen because I'm a 24/7 machine. You might do it for 5 minutes, but tomorrow I'm going to do 400 interviews, and then that's what I do. But I'm not bothered about being kept quiet. I'm bothered about winning. Because I'm looking at him and thinking, oh, I really want that. You know how emotional I am about my fighters winning big fights. You've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
I just want him to win. That's all.
Of course, yeah.
And I'd love him to chin Eubank.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
So you're emotionally invested in that
Definitely.
respect?
I'm emotionally invested in every fight, especially when it's our guy against someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, last week, I don't think I've ever been more emotionally invested than Callum Smith against Boazzi and Bivol against Beterbiev. Like, I completely lost my shit.
Yeah.
Completely. And like, even like Ben Shalom was joking. He was like, "You're very emotional, aren't you?" I go, "Fucking right." Like, properly. Like, and the other day with like me and Ben like on the stage, if you, in my opinion, I mean, I was a bit wrong because I thought he'd hit him with something else other than an egg, the way it sounded and shattered. Like,
did he not hit you, the egg?
No,
Was you not close enough?
No, I think
Didn't get any on the face.
I think they planned for that as well. But like, that's a reaction because if you were out with your mate and that happened to your mate, what would you do? You like, you know, it was just Nigel Benn slipped round the side. And that was interesting, what happened up there.
Well, there was a bit of an altercation with you and Ben Shalom.
Yeah, because he just come on the stage and went, "Well, what are you doing?" I just went, "Fuck off, you," and that's it.
Yeah.
So, but I can't apologise for my passion.
Right.
You know
And that's what it is right now, passion.
Passion, emotion, wanting to win so bad.
Do you think Conor needs, like, you to talk up for him?
No.
And do you think you guys won't have a conversation later and him go, "Eddie, like, you defended me when really I should have done it myself"?
No.
Nah?
No, I mean,
because he revels in having a team and he's very excited about his
all Conor's
team.
thinking right now is, I want to fight him now. So all he's got to do is put that energy into his training camp, which he does anyway, to be fair. He trains really, really hard. But definitely stay calm.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't really want Conor to fight Eubank tonight.
No.
Because he's you know how you got to be composed in the ring, and he wouldn't be composed right now. Fighting him. He wants to fight him now on the pitch. So you've got 8 weeks, and I'm
do you
sure.
think he'll be able to cope with it? Fight week as this fight gets closer.
Yeah, I mean,
he'll be getting more and more rallied up. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I think fight week's quite important to keep a little bit calm.
What's your plan for fight week?
Just keep.
You're gonna elevate the talking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not allowed to talk, so I might just come with like a bit of tape over the mouth or something like that. I might maybe need a bit of advice from you.
What about not talking?
No, about how to play up something.
Play Eubank. I beat Eubank once upon a time, but I couldn't beat you.
Yeah, but he was never. No, you've done a good job, but with Eubank, you can't. You can't argue with an idiot. That's the thing. So there's no point. If someone's going to keep talking, in the end, you just have to let them talk and then chime in every now and again. That's what I ended up doing. Because every time I tried to talk, in the end you go, "Fuck this," let him talk. And then when he gets something wrong or he says something absurd, just chime in. But also it's the show.
Yeah.
It is quite amusing to watch. Like, and it was a great press conference. I mean,
So-
one was good. The first press conference obviously was different, but you know, I was quite surprised that he went at Nigel like he did with what he said. Like,
Yeah,
and
I mean, obviously that
I don't mind
it's
it
a
with
way
me.
it's a way to get to Conor, isn't it? Plus, it's a
Do you
legit.
think that's what it is though?
Well, Nigel put his hands around his throat, so
see, with
I
you-
would have done the same, but just to
No, but with
throw a
you-
little grenade out there and see.
I think Eubank, a lot of the time, don't know what he's doing. I think he's a little bit all over the place. Life's like, you know, whereas you were very calculated. Yeah? I don't think he's calculated like you were.
Right.
I think you
But
actually...
he must have more experience.
No, it's not calculated though. It's stuff to do that's going to cause a scene. You did stuff to try and get an edge. You weren't doing it necessarily to go viral.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were doing it because you thought, I don't like Froch, so I'm going to do this, and it's going to really wind it. There's a difference. Different worlds. You weren't from that world that Eubank's from. Eubank is Snapchat, Instagram, views, viral, etc.
So he's
weren't.
jealous of your fame, would you say?
Eubank?
Yeah.
Nah, not really.
That's what this is a battle of. He doesn't want you talking because he doesn't want you to have the limelight. And ultimately, the last two men on the pitch today having their picture taken was the two promoters. It was you and Ben Shalom.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll be me as the fighter? What I didn't compute was I took on Cole Froch and I took on Eddie Hearn. I tried to take on everyone, but when you don't win, you're done.
But you won. You just didn't win the fight.
Yeah.
Like, if you would have won that fight, you conquered everything and everybody. Mm-hmm. Because you would have beaten Froch, you would have beaten me, you would have beaten the system, if that's what you were fighting against.
Yeah.
And that's when you fought at Manchester Arena, yeah?
Yeah.
That was, for me, one of your biggest weaknesses, I can say it now because you're retired and I don't have to fight you again, was your resistance to what you felt was the system. But the system was actually never against you. Like, when I started promoting you, we never had the relationship because we were not allowed to build the relationship because you had managers and you had advisors. But what you learn is when you're close to me, I'll never let you down. I'll have your back 1,000,000%. But not when we don't have a relationship. So, you know, when you signed with us for a little bit, it was never really like the heart. It was like, you know, I liked you, but I never knew you because I had to deal with somebody else. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when first time we had a press conference, didn't really know you.
Yeah.
You just come along with Adam and like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. And you had part of it, what made you the fighter that produced that performance in Manchester was that, fuck it, I'm getting up on the train on my own. I remember when you came up to the first press conference, you came up with a couple of people. You weren't training, I think, with Adam. Like, you'd left that, and I was like, what, he's just fucking rocked up on his own. And you was like, me v the world. That famous picture of you in Manchester, ring, like this, yeah, with like Paddy and Froch with 10 people behind him. And that was me against the world, right?
Yeah.
You had a chip on your shoulder that was like, fuck everybody else. I don't like this guy. I'm fucking me. I'll do what I want to do. And that's admirable. And it nearly won you the first fight.
Yeah.
And then in the second fight, you basically went off and I don't think you did anything wrong in that build-up, but you always felt that the system was against you. I felt, knowing you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was a sign at the press conferences as well. Like, when you went to the press conference and you stuck it on Froch, especially the first one, because he was like, what the fuck? Like, no big name wants to fight a young, unbeaten Brit. Like, no Brit big name. Mm-hmm. You know that, right? Because you've been there as well, right? You get to that stage, you want to fight a big world name. You don't want to give a shot to some fucking young kid coming up.
Yeah, okay.
And he couldn't believe the front that you had by sticking it on him.
Yeah.
Now, that was a plan. That wasn't you being arrogant. That was just you going, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking go up there today, and I'm going to try and get under his skin. And it worked.
But Eubank today, has he come to try and get under everyone's skin? Does he want to get under your skin?
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. Like, getting under my skin's totally irrelevant. Like, if I get in the car and think, he's a fucking belly in that geezer, which is exactly what I will do, I'll go to Belfast tomorrow for the weigh-in. I'll do another show at the weekend. Oh, no, it's Canada tomorrow, and then it's Belfast. So, I don't...
So
like,
that's
but
the
for the
advice.
show,
That's the advice
it's
to
brilliant.
Eubank is don't get too hung up on Eddie Hearn.
No, Eubank doesn't... It doesn't matter to Eubank. And that's why I was saying to him, like, I just feel this guy has been fighting for a long time without any real desire, just to make money. Play poker, go to Dubai, get a private jet, make money, go from there. Do you know what I mean? Now, it is a 50-50 fight, in my opinion, because of the size.
Yep.
I do think Eubank shot, but his size makes it a very dangerous and tough fight for Conor Benn as well. But I just feel like, I do agree with you, the rivalry and the history will give him a little bit more.
Well, it's going to give him a lot more, and
but
it
like,
might not be a
he's
physical
training.
battle. It
you know,
might
like
not
he's
be
training, yeah?
Yep.
Like, you know he don't train properly. He doesn't have a trainer, really.
Yep.
I mean, he'll hit pads with Jonathan Banks, but let's be honest, like, they're not like sitting down and working on a game. Like, he'll go in and he'll hit pads and he'll get that geezer on the body bag and he'll spar terrible fighters well below the level that he's fighting at. He'll beat them up. He might go to Dubai a couple of times in training camp and that's it. He'll rock up. He may still win. Do you know what I'm saying? But I just don't... I've never really felt that Eubank was... Especially the last few years. I just think it's a money-making mission for him, which I don't hate, by the way. But I like it to be like fucking all or nothing. You know?
You're vastly experienced with these stadium fights now. Has Ben Shalom had a stadium fight yet?
Yeah, Bilham Smith in Bournemouth.
Yes,
and
yes.
Yeah.
So, a stadium show. Yeah, and he's had Crystal Palace, actually. Yeah. You can take him under your wing a little bit?
I don't mind Ben. Like,
Yeah.
I just said to you, I'll say it in this interview because I said it in IFL. He's a bit strange, but in a nice way, not in a
What's strange about him?
He just says some weird things, like. But I like.
What? Can you think of anything?
Well, he asked me to go on his board the other night of Boxer.
On his board?
Yeah, on the board of Boxer. Like, and he was after, but I was just like, but I think that I think he's rubbed people up the wrong way.
Right.
But I don't think he's a bad geezer. I find him all right. I find him quite good to deal with. I find him quite amusing. But when I say he's out of his depth, I was out of my depth when I started. Like, fucking, I'm sitting in press conferences with David Hay against Audley Harrison. I was miles out of my depth. I didn't know what I was fucking doing. I've been around boxing for a long time, but I don't fucking know. Now I know everything. I know every move. I know every governing body. I know every stadium. I know every fighter. I know every venue. I know every manager, every lawyer. It's like you wake up and it's like just riding a bike.
Right.
But that takes time. But he's also... I see the resistance from the industry to him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I had it for 15 years, don't forget.
Do you think, yeah?
Well, you fight, just like you were fighting the system. That's what you do, you fight the system. Do you think people wanted me in there when I started?
You burst on the scene.
Yeah, but only because I fucking had plenty of balls and didn't really know what I was doing and thought, fuck it, just let's go.
I mean,
But
there's a lot of similarities where, you had the Sky platform and then he's had the Sky platform.
It's different. Look, I'm always going to back myself. I think I'm a different kind of animal. But you can't knock what he's done.
Yeah.
He got the Sky deal. It's up soon. Does he keep it? That'll be the big kicker, you know.
What's the hardest thing about being a promoter?
It's really the pressure you put on yourself. I'm probably, like if you did a psychoanalysis on me,
right.
I'm probably quite a strange individual. Just a fucking weird...
you were saying this about Ben Shalom.
No, but he's different weird. He's quirky weird.
Yeah.
I'm sick in the head weird in terms of winning. Like non-stop. Like to a point where people will go to me, you need to fucking calm down and slow down. But the difference is that's how I was raised.
Yeah.
Like I was always told, winning by any fucking
win at all
reason,
costs.
whatever it takes. If you have to work 24 hours a day, every single day, fucking do it.
Have you ever not won, Eddie?
Not really.
What's it like winning?
No, of course you have not. No,
you win. No, promoters live forever. You win forever.
But it's not like
if Conor Benn gets beat.
There's another show the other week, but it still hurts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's a journey.
But that's probably my weakness, is my emotion of losing. So when one of our guys gets beat, it really fucking hurts, and I take it bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Bivol in the first fight, and I'm fucking screaming and shouting and like, you know, and everyone's going, all right, calm down. I'm going, fuck off, it's a fucking joke, fuck it. Whereas other people might go, oh, well, it's just a game, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't do that. But that's, I would never apologise for my emotion.
No, you shouldn't.
Because I'd rather live a life of emotion than a life of, oh, wells.
Yeah.
Oh, wells.
As long as you're
Like, look
winning.
at last week, one of the greatest nights of my life.
Yeah?
Oh, Bivo, one of the best performances I've ever seen. I was so happy for him. You know, like, and a lot of people think, oh, you think it's about you. You're looking at Bivol, and you know what it meant to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
belt in the sport, his ultimate dream for years and years and years. And all I could think about is, imagine when he goes back to the hotel room and fucking lays all the belts out and goes, I fucking done it.
At
I'd
that
like to
point,
see
at that point,
people-
do you want to be Bivol? Do you ever want to be
Yeah,
your
I would
fighters?
always want to be the sports star. Do you know, growing up,
So
all you wanted to be.
when Eubank's sitting there at the table and he doesn't want you to talk, do you think there's anything going through his head saying, I'm the one who's got to go out and do it? Like, I'm the one who's got to get punched in the head. And
No, I just
but
think
you,
he thinks Eddie's a big name.
Yep.
So if I go at him, it's going to cause a big scene.
Yep.
It's going to be quite funny, and he probably doesn't like me either.
Right.
But like, it's about it going viral.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Eubank's taking on Eddie. Wow. Remember when David Hay done it for Tony Bellew?
Yep.
Carbon copy. Oh, what's he talking about? What, apples and pears? What? Do you remember? And it was massive. Difference is, he phoned me an hour after the press conference. David. And he
Don't
went,
give the game
Eddie.
away,
He
Eddie.
went, that's all right. I've told it a million times. Eddie, all right, what do you think of that? I said, you're having a fucking laugh. He went, how good was that? And I just thought, fuck me. It's just the game, innit?
Yeah.
Like, Eubank's a little bit
He
different.
could have said it would be as one-sided as.
Here he is.
Here he is. Chris, you got any eggs left, mate? See you soon. There we go. Ron, how you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah, you good?
Certainly,
Team
mate.
Eubank's here.
All right, mate. Good to see you, right? Yeah, good, mate. Good.
Cool.
Yeah, all right, Ron. See you, Ron. Bye, mate. Right, all over and done. That was 2 minutes, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
2 minutes.
There you go.
Don't
Fucking
stop
hell.
talking. Cheers,
Right,
Ed.
cheers, mate. Good
Top
evening.
man. Yeah,
All
I'll
right,
see you at the
later,
next
boys.
one.
See you all.